welcome back to the channel. Kind of go over necessarily what things you should do first in the game. This is separate from the actual campaign. I made a whole new save, as you can tell. It's not my same character. I got the starship right there. So, first thing is, when you load in the game, get your ship up and running. That way you're mobile and you have everything you need to. As of right now, it's obviously the Radiant Pillar BC1. Doesn't have much in it. It's basically standard, and here's my standard inventory. So you start with, I want to say 24. Yeah, 24. Alright, so we have all that. Normally you'd have to also repair your scanner. Scanner wouldn't take too much to repair. But once you get that repaired, then you look for this stuff right over here. It's called dihydrogen. You gather some of that and you go into your inventory, go to exosuit, you go into craft, and you make yourself a, where is it? Okay, I have to actually go because this is a lot of stuff. Let's see, it's, oh, right there. You want to make yourself some of this. Take 40 dihydrogen and a metal plate to do it. Alright. Once you do all that, by the way, I'm going to start scanning all this stuff, by the way. And that's a natural, wait, what? Oh, that's a salvage container. Alright. Anyway, so, also, you want to also scan, so that way when you first run into the anomaly, you actually will be able to, like, trade this stuff in, and get some, get a lot of nanites. A lot of this stuff is relatively simple. This is a hot planet right now. I wish I was already like in a different planet. Okay. And then the last thing that I'm gonna scan is this. What is that? Trying to figure out. Oh, wait. Was that the unknown plant? That's the unknown plant right there. I don't know why I'm deciding to do this. It's just a habit. So that's the salvage container. That's the salvage container. Alright. Alright. So once you get everything all good for your ship, and wait, what is that? Is this my base archive? Fine. No, we're actually not going to claim this. This is... can I pick that? I can't pick that up. Okay, cool. Alright. Obviously, you can go in here. You can upload your discovery, by the way. So, I discovered this planet, and I discovered the system. I usually want to do that, so that way no one just randomly takes it from you. Looks like... So we're here. There's a few other planets. This is owned by the Gek. It's not too bad on conflict, and the energy, it's an energy supplying economy, and it's developing. So meaning you're probably not going to do much for money-wise. Anyway, let's go ahead, take off. So, first thing you want to do when you get in your ship, obviously you're going to be flying around, you're going to be mobile. The first thing you want to do, take off, head in outer space. That's obviously what you want to do. So, you made it to outer space, right? You're like, well, great, what do I do now? Well, you just go up, find an asteroid thing, and just start shooting. You start shooting, you start collecting. The tritium is what you really want to look for. That's your fuel. Yes, it'll gather fast, but it's best to always have some. Because maybe you decide to just fly around. Oh, wow, I have a rocket launcher for this. By the way, the friend says rocket launchers are bad. Never use it. Anyway, we need to find the... There we go. There we go. And So, obviously once I gather all this, I'm gonna want to head to the space station. Alright, so get around, we start moving fast. Oh, hello. Welcome to this little tutorial. So once you get your ship running, so the list of things that you want to do, get your ship running. You want to fix it up so that way you can take off with it. You want to make sure to also have some starship fuel, so that way you can take off and land, take off and land. You never want to get stranded in one place. Thirdly, once you do, get in your ship, get into outer space, start mining asteroids. It's for fuel and for resources, because you're going to get gold, you're going to get silver, you can also run into platinum. Those will get you started on getting some money, so that way if you ever need to buy anything, you know, it's always going to be there. And, you know, it'll always help. Alright, so, looks like we're approaching the station fast. Oh, and that's what I totally forgot to say. So, then once you do all that, like, you get enough, I mean, obviously I didn't get a lot. Oh, by the way, if you run into these, best thing to do at first is just to just open them up, because you could get antimatter, which is for your warp drive. Oh, perfect. So, let me go ahead and actually head back to these asteroids right here. Let's go ahead and just shoot. So I got another one of those. I'll go ahead and save it. So we're gonna go ahead and keep mining. Fire. Perfect. So, gonna... So sorry about the noise in the background. Alright, and... So, now that we got some golden nuggets, we go ahead and mutate that. 179, we'll have 63,000. So, 63,000 for that, which we got all those nuggets. Also, you see that we have 27 platinum, worth 13,000. 93 gold, which is worth 17,000. We have this, which is worth 9,000. Again, I like to always open these up and get a lot of this. So, we have all that. Now, I don't necessarily think enough of a start, so I think I normally aim for a lot higher, thanks to those, that nugget system. You know, getting those nuggets every so often helps. At one point I actually had like 6 nuggets, and it went from having only about 200 to having like 600 gold, which is pretty good, because then it becomes over 100,000. Alright, trying to make sure I don't get too far away from the station. Alright, so after a little bit more, so there's another nugget. Alright, so we're gonna go boom, 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 boom. Alright, boom, boom, boom. That actually looked a little different than what we normally got. Okay, that's the same thing. Alright, so one of these. Put it in. We now have 231, which is worth 81,000. 200 of this, which is worth 37,000. Still 27 of that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get all of that. So now we have plenty of fuel. So normally by now you would probably notice your fuel's gone down quite a lot. Obviously recharge, but since I'm in creative, it kinda automatically puts it. Kinda automatically just gives it to me. Alright, so it's good. So when you get to the space anomaly part and let's see. Alright, alright, perfect. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to the space. I believe I have enough to actually, so I want to kind of see how much I got together. So, go on the space station. Is normally where everything would begin for you. It's the space station. All those ships taking off. I actually kind of want to wait for one. I'm gonna wait for a fighter. Okay, so if you want to see what things cost before you go to talk to the person that owns it, you literally just look. So, right now there's a hauler that's worth 27 million units. He's leaving. He's gonna go ahead and take off. I'm gonna go ahead. So you can kind of see them all out there. They all like wait. Looks like one just came from that planet, and I don't think he's coming here. If he is, that is the wrong direction. So, you could also run up here, and you could talk to these people. I don't want to really talk to them because it takes time, but if you really want to, you can talk to them. I strongly advise it because if you want to really earn like milestones and you also want to get a lot of revenue, go ahead and talk to them, because that way you unlock the dialogue. Because let's see, so there's 2 ships. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to that guy over there about his. That just kind of actually looks ugly. So we're gonna talk to this guy. Yeah, I just need a better ship real quick. Wait, what level is this? Oh, this is an A. All right, thanks, buddy. Yeah, see, you don't understand what they're saying. I mean, you don't have to, because your character kind of just goes with it. So negotiate price. Thanks to this, I can just buy it, add to the collection. All right. So I'm gonna keep this one. Just gonna leave it what name it has. So the better it is, so like let's say over there, so see how it's A. So normally the higher the level, the more space it has. So if it's an S tier ship, you're probably gonna get a ship that's like got a lot of space. I think the highest I've seen was an A tier ship, and it had all spots open in it. Actually, is that a hauler, by the way? That is. I'm gonna need that. Excuse me, buddy. I'm gonna need your hauler, by the way. I can't talk to him for some reason. Okay, there we go. So there's also the differences in ships. Make an offer. Want to negotiate price. Oh, by the way, if you also find one with this, the launch system recharger, you can actually use it very well. Alright, no, my main one's gonna be this one. Alright, primary starship has changed. So, alright, so when you're in here, you can obviously move things around. What I like to do is, I'd say that I would want to mainly put all this stuff together. So link them up. So in order to have this aid on your launch, and as well as this recharge, you really need to have them together. Drive down here. Now, obviously, again, I'm on creative, that's why I can refill this immediately. I can basically refill everything immediately. So I don't know how many spaces this is. Looks like a lot. Should have really researched it. So I really don't know where I want to put this. There we go. Now let's just put it here. We're gonna go ahead and hop out of that. We're gonna go ahead and head up here, by the way. So also, when you get to a space station, also, the reason why I said get it credits is because you want to come over here. You always find this on the space station. So when you land and you're facing the exit, it's going to be on the right hand side. If you face towards the back, it's going to be on your left hand side. And then you come up here, you go all the way over near this terminal, which right here, this is the appearance modifier, which you can change how you look. And you come to here. This right here is a suit upgrade. It upgrades one of three things. It gives you another space in your general, which allows you to carry more. It gives you another spot in your technologies, if you really like invest in technology like the translators, your shield, things like that. Or if you want things in the back that you don't want to lose, like let's say they're precious cargo, you put them in this spot right here in cargo. Like there are some missions that require you to carry things, and normally you'd probably want to put them back here so you don't accidentally sell them. So I normally always go with the first slot being towards my general, so that way I can carry more. And then this guy right here will sell you things for your exosuit to make you live a little better. I don't need them because I'm technically on creative, so... Oh, by the way. Really? That's what you're gonna do for me. You're gonna give me a pistol. Again, I don't like pistols because they normally don't have as much space as rifles. But I'm gonna go ahead and just take it because I kind of want something a little better, something that has a little more damage and everything. You come to this guy to talk to about getting upgrades for it. Now, things like other things like this boltcaster, boltcaster and mining beam, he's gonna have upgrades for that. He's not gonna have other things like, okay, let me go back into this real quick. Like, let's say, oh hey, I want to build this, but he sells this. He technically doesn't. He sells upgrades for it to make it do better, but he doesn't sell that. By the way, I think I want to actually go with the scatter blaster. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and install the scatter blaster and just have that. Alright, perfect. So, and what I want to do is also head to you. Oh, by the way, so this guy sells things for your ship. Now, again, like I said before, he does not sell you the actual thing. So he does not sell you weapons, he sells you upgrades. So, I have the photon cannon right now. I could upgrade my starship shields. Can't remember what he said. Okay, so photon cannon, pulse engine. Yeah, this is not that good. He didn't have very good stuff on him. Okay. Oh, what tier is that? Oh, that's a B. Alright, perfect. Alright, so when you get upgrades, you can immediately hold square on it. So let's say pulse engine, I hold square, it'll automatically take me to this. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and install that. So as you see, it connects and it gives me a pulse drive power plus 19. So my pulse drive will actually be faster, and the boost is also at least plus 6%. So when I go into the full pulse drive, this will help me go a little faster. As well as the photon cannon. It's right here. We're going to go ahead and just put that there. We could have increased the shield, but we don't really need it right now. Technology. Wait. Oh no, the other ship has rocket launchers. Okay. So, what I'm also going to do is, I'm also going to do this. Alright. So, I can't remember what he said was good. He said one of these was good, and I felt like it was this one, but I can't remember and exactly he said what's the best. So I'm just gonna go with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and install something. Alright, so we're also going to install some good upgrade to it, which this B right here. So this would take a lot of time to get, have everything for. So let's see. This increases it by total cannon shots by 3. So, wow. Okay. Awesome. Alright. No, wait, right. Before I get back out there, I need to also explain something about these stations before I actually get back out there and call it. So, when you get to your first station, obviously you're going to have your minerals. You're going to come up over here. Oh, was that a shuttle? I think that was a shuttle. Come over to this terminal, and obviously just walk up to it, hold square, or on Xbox I think it's X. X. What you do is you'll sell all your ore. If you have it in your ship, you just basically switch over to ship. However, it won't let me because I'm on creative, but you sell it immediately. Then you come talk to this guy, the mission agent. He should... Okay, yeah. So, then you go through here. Now, immediately, when you have all these, normally these right here that have the rewards, it's like neutral jug ×3, the relatticed art crystals, take them. If you take these and you get those items, they sell for a lot. So you normally build credits that fast when you go through that. He's only selling Gex stuff actually, so that just seems a little iffy. But yeah, so you take those, it'll obviously pop up. It'll pop up with a mission saying what you're doing. Then what you do is you just basically complete the task. Once you complete the task, then you go back to him, you get your items, your units, or your nanites. I normally say that for usually the beginning part, I'd probably stick with things that aren't too terribly difficult. I know taking a picture of a toxic world isn't too hard, but it's kind of hard to find toxic world, but I know where... No, it's barren. That's not toxic. Okay. Let's go. Alright, so we need to get full throttle here. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna warp real quick. Try to get around this planet as fast as possible so I can see these other planets. Alright, perfect. Now is that my toxic world right there? What? Paradise Planet? Okay, that's base right there. That is base. That's gotta be a Scolding Planet or something, right? Oh my goodness. That's the planet I need. No. And you're gonna warp towards this stuff. Okay, cool. I am totally not forcing it to do this. It's literally doing it on its own. Alright, so we're gonna try to get around this station. Alright. Also, when you're in the ship, just press triangle to get your other weapons. By the way, this actually is pretty fun though. Look how, like, I'm tapping X rapidly and he's right. This is the, I could have sworn, I think maybe this is the one he told me about. I see why. This rapid fire, just rapidly hitting X is pretty good. Alright, so, by the way, we gotta get to that planet. Now I'm gonna hit something. Okay. No, that's Barren Planet. Where the frick is the other planet? I was just looking at it. Okay, there. Alright, let's move. Alright, before I end the video and then head back to the actual... it's the actual one that I'm streaming on. which I just felt like doing this to kind of give a little, you know, little helpful tips that I've kind of learned, as well as what I've kind of picked up on thanks to my friends. Well, not really. Yeah, I guess I would consider eCotman57 my friend, because he's helped me a lot. Oh, and I should break this down. So, before we get any further, go to your log and go over the missions. Now, if it tells you to take a picture of a certain type of planet, which I think it said toxic, right? Or something like that, right? So the client takes no responsibility for any hazards encounter. Okay, I can't remember. Okay, locate a toxic world. Okay, so there's toxic, scorched, and I don't know what the last one was. Oh, barren. I think it's barren. But so toxic is anything that has to do with your radioactive. If your toxicity is high, then obviously it's the planet you want to go with. If it's scalding, then you want to look for a planet that's very hot. If you come across... Oh. Alright, Alright, so we need to press the share button. Hopefully that didn't take too much time. What, really? But this is a toxic world, isn't it? I mean, I could have sworn that it just said that this was radioactive, which is a toxic world. What the frick is this? New planet discovered. Okay, obviously it's gonna tell me. Wow, we can move the sun. Look at that. Did I put it anywhere? So, I'm sorry about this again. Okay, cool. There. Jeez, I am so sorry. So this isn't a toxic world, okay. Well then. I mean, I scanned the planet and I thought it was toxic. That just must have been me. But anyway, yeah, so that's like the basic tutorial. So, in the list that you want to do is starting with this. Number 1, repair your ship at all costs. You want to get everything together. You want to repair your thruster, which I will show you. So the things that will be on it are your launch thruster, pulse, I think the shield. I don't know if the hyperdrive is already on it. It is something I can't really remember. Anyway, your launch thruster is going to be damaged. You need to repair it. I think it takes ferrite dust and something else. Maybe carbon. Again, I'm not too sure, because it's been a while since I've started from scratch. Then your pulse engine is going to be down. You're also going to need to repair that in order to actually get moving. Once you get that repaired, you're going to want to make something called Starship Launch Fuel, because your Starship won't be able to take off unless you have fuel. It takes 40 dihydrogen and 1 metal plating, which is when your scanner will actually come in, which is, or your analytic visor, oh wait, no, not analytic visor, your scanner. In order to use it, you actually have to repair it. And as right there, it says it takes 75 ferrite dust, so it should be fairly simple. Other than that, it's pretty much simple. Once you get your ship going, which obviously this isn't the normal ship. Once you get your ship going, you then head into outer space. So, 1, ship running, and get the fuel for it. 2, get into space and mine. You want to immediately go. You want to get all that gold, all that silver, all that platinum that you can. Then head to the space station. You head to the space station, you sell it. You can do that for a little bit of time if you want. It will take you, like, you'll actually get addicted into it. Like, you start mining and then you go back and you keep selling, mine, sell, mine, sell, mine, sell, mine, and you'll see that it actually is very addicting. I know I can say that because I took 2 hours, and in that process, I mean, I got like 500,000 units, but it took 2 hours. And I didn't even realize it until, like, I turned around and, like, I started at, like, around 4 or 5-ish. I turned around, it's almost dark out. I go, wow. This game takes a lot out of you. So once you do that, then go to the mission agent. You can do this in between your mining route, and you can go talk to him and get some missions. Once you get those missions, all you gotta do, if you want to find the one that you really want to do, you come in here. And you immediately go through your missions. Like, this is the first one you pick, second one you pick. So obviously it's pretty standard. And then you just choose the ones that you want to do in order. You do those, it'll show up, and sometimes you can actually link them together. Like these two, it's just Toxic Worlds. It's simple. So, however, I can't believe, is this not Toxic World? I guess that doesn't really count as toxic. But anyway, that's an abandoned world. Okay. But yeah, after you get the missions and then you turn that stuff in. Now, the things that give you items that are like ×3, like the lattice thing, the lattice crystals, or superconductor, or stuff like that, do that first because you really want to get that stuff. I don't know if I can actually get some of that stuff real quick. Alright, I can't really get it out of nowhere. Starship? Wait, Starshield battery. Wait, what? Wow. Neat. I honestly have no idea about that. Cryo chamber? Cryogenic chamber. Okay, that's cool. Oh my goodness, stasis stuff. That dude. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just remembering from one of my episodes. I seen someone give someone stasis devices. Like, he gave them 5. I looked at the total value of it, and it said 15 million. And I'm just like, nope. These things are worth so much. Like, if I sold one of these, I could get any Class A starship. Or not any, because I know there's some out there that are like geek. Also, when you start out from the beginning, you won't have the stuff to make the antimatter housing and the antimatter. You'll actually have to progress a little bit, which you don't want to do that yet because you want to get the units, the credits, everything ready. Next up is when you're in outer space, look for the planet you think will best suit you. Now, if you don't want to set up a base on any one of the worlds, it's fine. Like, but for example, I found, where is it? Is that it? Yeah, Paradise Planet. I guarantee you, if I head to this planet, it would probably literally be Paradise. I am pushing this a little far. Now, this is going to be the last thing that I'm actually going to do. It's going to take a minute, so and after you're doing missions and after you get your credits up, I'll probably say once you get pretty close to 1 million, you're pretty good. Unless you don't want to push that far, then what I want to say is probably about 600,000. 600,000 is usually a good start. Then what you want to do, and then after you find the planet you want to settle on, you might get lucky and find a planet that you want. Or you might have to settle with something you got. Because in order to get the anti-hotter, man, I am the best Englishman ever. Woohoo! But anyway, when you get all that, you get all that funky funk out of the way. You find a planet. Trust me, you don't want to try to go to another system and try to find a planet, because your campaign's going to be thrown a little off. Anyway, you find that planet. You just find a planet. I mean, let's say you want like a snow planet, go ahead. You want a toxic planet, go ahead. You want a scalding planet, go ahead. If you want a paradise planet, which I kind of think that it's going to be like an Earth, basically, then you go with that. Once I get there, I'm going to show you the last thing before, and I know I wanted to end it a little while back, but I think I want to keep it going just a little longer. And if you stayed this long, and you're actually watching this video up until now, I do appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around. If you're new to the channel, please, if you could, hit that subscribe button. That would be much appreciated. That's all I'm going to really ask for at this point, actually. If you're already subscribed, thank you for coming back and watching the content. Holy shit, I think I ended my warp a little too fast. I was trying to re-aim it myself over a little bit. Yes! Okay, that was pretty close. Okay, it looks like we're landing over land. Alright, what's a paradise planet? I want to be entitled to a bunch of holes. Oh. Paradise it is. Like, I will not kid, this is paradise. I like it. Alright. So enough of me rambling on about how perfect this planet is. Like, this is actually what I was searching for in the campaign. I hope I actually find something like this. Weather, balmy. Okay, that's actually not that bad. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of that hazardous floor. So, as you can see, there would be nothing draining my hazardous protection. This is the planet, like this right here is the planet I like. Oh, scatter blaster. 32. Oh, that's a shotgun. Shotgun with a shotgun, boom. Shotgun with a shot. Oh wait, oops. Anyway, we're gonna mine. It thinks I'm just standing right there. Anyway, alright, so what you're then gonna come across is technology, which this is the one thing you're gonna run into that you really want to get, which is the base computer. Normally it doesn't really matter where you put it, but I feel like it does have a little bit of a range. I want to go ahead and say that I want to put it down here. So, find a place, you get 40 chromatic metal, and you basically build this right here. Alright? Once you build it, then you're going to want to go into it. You're going to want to, it's going to tell you, oh hey, no prior claims on the site. So if you ever run into other players and they've already made a base in this area, don't try. Don't do it. Anyway, now that we have a base, like we claimed a section, this is ours. Alright. So, now what happens after this is you start building your base. Me personally, I normally kind of want to start with this, which I kind of am going to do, but for, actually, you know what, no. Yeah, for generally speaking, I'm going to go with this, the square room. Oh, whoops. I totally forget about this, but, okay. So, and if you want to get colors, as soon as you're in this, you could either go up, or you could choose this. You could also choose how you want it to look. Like for example, I make mine look a little bit wood-like sometimes, and it just feels better. Alright, so we needed to construct a biofuel reactor. Alright, I normally don't go with hollow doors, I normally go with door. But I'm gonna go with this door because, oh wait, there we go. Alright, access ramp, we're gonna go ahead and, oh, we could put it up, like that. There we go. It's a perfect ramp up. Alright. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build, I know I'm getting off topic because I'm doing what I want to do, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a square room below it. Alright, so what I do for that is this way I have an area where I can put my fuel and stuff, which at this point I normally would also put one above, just because it just feels a little neater to me. Also, in order to get to these rooms, you need a ladder. Alright, so 1 ladder, 2 ladders. Alright, perfect. So, we're gonna go down to the bottom room. What I use the bottom room for would be, like I said, to restore reactors and stuff. But for this purpose, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna store batteries, which in order to make these, it would actually take a while to actually get there. I'm gonna go ahead and put 4 batteries. Actually, you know what? Oh, what the frick? Don't want you right there. That's not where I want you. Alright. So, 5 batteries should be, you know what? No, screw it. We're gonna go 6. In the meantime, while this is gonna be, like, when I'm not recording, I'm gonna go ahead and try to, like, make this a little neater. However, we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna put some solar panels. The first thing you're gonna probably be able to make is this bioreactor, which it's gonna take a while to do anything. You're gonna need oxygen and carbon constantly to run it. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and just do some solar panels. We're gonna go ahead, put 4 of these. Actually, we're gonna stick 6 of these, because that way this gains a lot of power. So as you can see, each one of these generates 50, like the biofuel reactor, and as we get power to the building, it'll actually power up my oh shoot, I can't remember. Alright, but as you see, it's really sending power into these things. We have 269 kps going into this. Now obviously solar panels won't work in the dark, which is why these come in handy. These will have power stored in them, and it will automatically put it out to your base. But again, you won't be able to craft this at first, and please don't get mad at me for it. You'll be like, but you put them in? Be like, yes, I am in creative. And it is a very stupid idea to do this. For the sake of just this, it's telling me to place this. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna go ahead and just say fill. Cool. Build a construction terminal. Cool. Alright, so obviously when you build a base, this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna tell you to build a biofuel reactor, and you're gonna have to fill it up. Well, you don't actually have to fuel it, but once you do that, then you'll have something called build a construction terminal, which is technically the start. I normally am gonna just have this upper area to be for this. So you go to terminals, you're gonna need chromatic metal pure ferrite. I'm gonna put him over there. So once you do that, then it's gonna tell you this: hire a base overseer. Now it's just someone that's going to basically be here. What you do is you'll head to the space station, and there will automatically be someone on that station to help you. And once you start that, it'll start the long process of getting everything you need for later on. Antimatter, the antimatter housing, it'll actually get you also up to here. Again, on that on the actual shoot, I'm trying to think. On the actual playthrough series, it took me literally about 20 hours into the actual campaign of it to be able to get at least up to the roamer. Now I'm almost up to pillager, which is the one I love. I love the not the pillager, the pilgrim. I really like the pilgrim, and this is what it looks like. It looks a little bigger than normal, but I really love this one. It basically stands out to me. I also want to put down one of these for the Colossus. I've never actually seen the Colossus, but now that I see it, I see that it's just a big freaking tank. But it just doesn't seem like it's... Whoa. Like, what's the use of the Colossus? I guess it looks a lot better, first off. It's just a heavy tank. But my favorite one is this, because it's fast and mobile. So, unlike the roamer, which is a little... like, the way it is just... I mean, I like the roamer, but this is the one I really want to get to because of just what it is. Alright, perfect. Ow. But yeah, so I do just generally like this, by the way. So, I can't get this perfectly parked on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and resummon it. But yeah, so that's basically the gist of what to start with. So, again, I know I'm getting annoying with this, but first off, starship, repair, get the fuel. Second, go to space, mine, and get missions. Complete missions, get that mining, get at least up to 600,000 units. 3, find the planet you want to settle on. You want to do those 3 things at first. And once you find the planet to settle on, then what you want to do is you want to set this base archive down. You're probably going to have like, for example, I'm just going to probably set up real quick what it would probably look like. So you're probably going to have one of these. You're probably going to have one of these, and you're most definitely having one of these. So you're going to have probably these 3 sitting here. Obviously this one's going to be for your chromatic metal. You're going to take copper, you're going to shove it in there. You're going to be making plenty of that. Signal booster, don't necessarily know if you're going to have this, but normally it's best to have this so you can find like monoliths and stuff. And then you'll have your save beacon, unless you need to be a little bit further in to get this. I'm not sure. I know I have one at my base, and it's been there since I started, so I can't remember. And then you're definitely going to settle this down once you finally find where you want your base. And once you get all this going and you start making your first base, which after that's placed, then it's going to tell you to do a whole bunch of stuff. Then you're going to make your actual first piece of the base, which again, I normally start with the cylinder room, but I went with the square room this time just because I just wanted to make it look aesthetically pleasing. Normally I think each one of them takes 350, I believe, right? How much does this take? Yeah, 350, and it's pure ferrite. So good news is when you get ferrite dust from anything like this, immediately you put it in that portable refinery, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So however much ferrite you have, like let's say you have 1,000, and you put it in there, you're getting 1,000 pure ferrite, which means you can make 2 of these. And from there, all you got to do is just make 1 room. You don't have to necessarily go with what I did and make 3, but if you want to, you can. It's just going to make your base just a little bit harder to run because each one of these rooms is 10. Alright, so right now I have 30 kind of running, as well as that terminal. Oh, no, the terminal doesn't take anything. But yeah, so be careful. Now everything has energy. So one of these takes 10. Door takes 1. This takes 1. Corridors, they take 1. The curves, they take 1. Ladder doesn't take anything. I am going to go ahead and put some glass on here, by the way. How about right there? Perfect. Alright, but yeah, so that doesn't take anything. Ooh, the viewing sphere. Wait, that's more likely for underwater, by the way. Ooh, oh goodness, Biodome takes 50. Yeesh. And yeah, so once you get all that running, then you get, well, obviously, once you build your first room and you put a door on it, you're obviously going to make that. Once you make your actual biofuel reactor is when it'll start. It'll tell you to then craft the specialist terminal, and it'll be literally, you won't see these here, you won't see farming and you won't see exocraft, you'll just see terminals. You'll come up and you'll only see the construction terminal. It takes 40 chromatic metal and 25 pure ferrite. If you do want to make it look pretty well, I do suggest this. I don't really suggest the cylinder rooms because it just feels iffy. Now, in a cylinder room, you could possibly have each one of the terminals go around, but I like that one because they go in each corner. Then once you basically put it, so yeah, because they go in each corner, but once you place it, then it's going to tell you to go get a overseer. What he's going to do is he's just basically going to help you. He's going to give you some blueprints, and then he's going to be like, hey, we need to get this guy, but he needs this terminal, which is when all these other terminals come in. Exocraft is way later. The second one you're going to build is this one, is the science terminal. So then you're going to be able to build the science terminal. Then you're going to have to hire a Korvax helper into your base. Once you get the Korvax, then you're going to be doing a lot of things. Then you end up coming to this one. You'll come to the weapon terminal, which actually I'm going to go ahead and place this science terminal. Then you're going to come up to the weapons terminal. Once you get the weapons terminal, then you're going to go ahead and place it. Then you're going to have to find a Vy'keen person for this. Alright, so once you find the Vy'keen for that, then you're going to do some raids on your planet. You're going to go find depots, you're going to find data. He's going to help you with some things, give you some upgrades for your exosuit, for your weapons as well. Then one of the last few ones that I probably think is really important is the agricultural. He comes obviously after the weapons. I mean, obviously he comes right after that. And then he'll help you basically get plants to put in your base so you don't have to go run to different planets, different systems to gather it. For example, in the playthrough right now, I have a Frostwort plant, I have a Solar Vine, I have Solar Vine, and I have that random one in the back. I'm going to go and place this one as well. And then last but not least, which comes to this room, is I'm going to go ahead and place them right over here, is the Exocraft. Now, again, just to kind of let you all know, it took 20 hours to get up to Exocraft. The other ones aren't necessarily that hard. I think I got them within the first 8 hours. I'm not sure. I'd probably have to look through my first episodes and actually see when I actually got them. But other than that, that is the gist of how to start all this. So you start by placing this biofuel reactor inside your base. Your base will start running and it'll tell you to build it. You build it and then you basically get going from there. So if you really want a base design that kind of doesn't look too bad and it also feels pretty good, I'd sit there and say the square room. As you can see, it goes down and it perfectly just sits right in there. The square room is perfect for batteries. I put two by each other and it just basically becomes my battery room. And then on top we just basically store all the panels. So, And not only that, a biofuel reactor is going to probably want to give way. Like, I have no idea what the batteries are at right now. They're probably not even charging. They're probably losing power as I speak. Right? Wait, they're gaining 19 points of power? Oh, that's because we're not using that much. The base I have on my save is like taking 87. Totally just, wow. But as you can see, this is about halfway over, actually. I think each battery stores 45,000, so each battery that you end up getting later on actually give you 45,000 points of power storage. So that's when you want to get the batteries and the solar panels. Normally, oh wait, I totally forgot about this one. Totally forgot. Portable. There's also one thing that you're gonna really want to have, and that is this. Your blueprint research. I totally forgot about that one. I knew that was the last one. So once you get all this, like all 5 of these, your base is pretty much kind of going. Analysis online indicate. So when you get to this one, you go to build technology. This is where you actually find all of this. So first thing that you're gonna have to get is this one, the base teleport, which is when it comes to the point to where you go find buried technology. You find buried technology, you come through, and you get this. Here's the save beacon, which is the first one down here. Then you get the biofuel reactor, which then you put in your base, and then you start everything. Then you want to go towards this one. Then you come down after that, and look at what you get. You can get batteries and solar panels. Batteries is easy to make, 60 magnetized ferrite and 100 condensed carbon. And you also have solar panels. So right here, so solar panels is a little bit difficult, but as you can see, gold, chromatic metal, and metal plates. Chromatic metal and metal plating should not be that hard to get at this point. Gold, since I told you what to do at the beginning, which you're harvesting gold in our space, you should probably have at least a good 300 sitting with you. Now that you know that gold's here, once you're selling it, and then you go mine it again, then you realize, I got gold nuggets. If I save these gold nuggets, I can actually have some gold with me down on the planet. Then once you get these two going, your base will have plenty of power going with it. Probably make a lot of it after a while. But yeah, I think other than that, that's kind of the gist of what to start with. So, anyway, I guess I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in for this little tutorial if you did. It's just a little small tutorial. It's not it's not something that I normally do. I normally don't know how to make tutorials. I just tried my best to try to go over things that I've learned while playing, to kind of let you guys know if you're new to the game or if you want to play the game, you know how to start. So, and by the way, this all right here, it will take you time. Don't get frustrated if it's taking a while. I feel like the fun of this game is seeing how long it takes you. Like for me, it's taken 30 hours to at least be able to do something. I mean, you can even make a save on creative and you could just go have fun. I spent 8 hours on a creative world and I made an awesome base. I have a full fleet of like 17 ships. Can't remember how many ships you can have on your fleet. But I have a lot of ships in a fleet. I've sent them out on plenty of expeditions. I went in the planet. I've drove the Pilgrim, the Pilgrim, like all the way around the planet, and I've just been having fun with it. Then it comes to the series. 30 hours in, and I'm still dedicated to it. I wish I had other things to upload, but I'm gonna try to do things like this, like tutorial, what to do first. I'm gonna try to post on following the quest line, trying to show you what you'll usually probably run into, and stuff like that. And then, yeah. So again, I'm gonna say this again. Thank you for tuning in if you did. Also, make sure to stay tuned for the No Man's Sky series, and if you haven't already checked it out, please go ahead and check it out. I am going to try to upload other videos from now on. I'm trying to do Destiny 2 again. I'm gonna try to get back onto Minecraft a little bit. Now that I kind of feel like if I could take what I do with No Man's Sky and Minecraft and I somehow balance them, I could actually do something with it. And then hopefully once I get my new computer, I could go back on PC, and I could also do other things on PC like modded Minecraft. I know I have some space games on that. I have a Vorion, but I don't know if anyone's gonna watch that. A Vorion's pretty good. You build your fleet. I've had a fleet of 4 ships before and got demolished. It's difficult. There's also StarMade. If you haven't checked out anywhere beginning of my channel, if you ever look up the channel name and StarMade, it'll show you one of the, I want to say one of the relatively first playthroughs I ever did. And I mean, it's years ago, and you can see kind of like where I came from. Like it's so old. It's over 3 years old. Wait, oh my bad. It's 4 years old. It is 4 years old. My first video, which is Minecraft Evolution of Trees, is almost probably about 5 years old at this point. After that, then I did Fallout 3. Didn't finish it, but I hope to actually get back into it and finish it. Then after that, what I'm mainly known for after that is my Subnautica video. I did do Subnautica for a little bit, and I am going to bring that back at some point. And I'm going to actually try to do some episodes on that. I did Skyrim, and then once I got past Skyrim, I got my first actual computer. I went from using a laptop, which Skyrim, StarMade, everything was ran on a laptop. I was doing it all on like a school laptop. So I don't necessarily want to like try to put myself up there, but it was difficult to be able to run everything on that laptop. Sometimes the laptop wouldn't even want to kind of do it. It was sometimes very laggy. And I'm just going to leave those videos there just because. But about a certain point through, I did get my new computer. First thing I tried to do was Rust, but Rust, it killed my computer. Like, I couldn't actually play it. But the first game that really, I think, was doing pretty good was my gameplay on Empyrion Galactic Survival. That is also what this channel kind of launched on. Like, I have, right now, it's 2 years old, and the first episode's almost at 300 views. So if you really want to check it out, I do have a playlist on it. The amount of videos that's in that is 21. It is the Empyrion Survival Series in my playlist section on the channel. Goes over basically my first season, season 2, and season 3, which just started, and I got away from my computer to come back till I can actually continue on it. And after that, I think I just basically tried to do things like Sims. I tried to do I did Skyrim back. Then I was trying to do Destiny 2, but then that just kind of stopped, so I'm just probably gonna move it from the channel. I did Osiris, New Dawn, Osiris, Novus Inceptio, something I barely played. Play Fallout 4, which I am going to Fallout 4 back. Unturned, which is kind of like a Minecraft meets like DayZ kind of thing. Then I did Sellers, which is basically a strategic game. I am talking so much about my channel right now, I don't know why. But yeah, so gist of it, I'm boring and just standard. Anyway, enough of me rambling on and taking up over an hour of y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, I will see you looters next time. Remember to play long, play hard. Never give up. Don't stop playing till you reach the end. It is the best thing that No Man's Sky has to offer. I thought I reached the end, but I still have more to go. So, as always, see you next time.